Hi, I'm Brittany, and welcome back to Bliss with Britt, the podcast. Today, we're going to be talking all things love, relationships, being single, and feeling lonely. I want to start at the root of my beliefs when it comes to love. As a child, as long as I can remember, I just adored love. I loved the princess stories. I loved reading books about love. Anything and everything to do with love, as in boy meets girl, girl meets boy, fall in love, get married, happily ever after, have kids. I adored it. I adored like love at first sight. I adored the idea of the first person you meet being the love of your life and living happily ever after. And that was something that it was just built into me. Like, I believed I was a princess. I believed I was living a fairy tale. I believed my prince is coming. I still believe it. I still believe it. But I will say the more, um, what is it? I don't want to say gullible. I know gullible is not the word, but the more, I can't think of the word. You can probably think of the word I'm thinking of. But the more youthful side of me, who didn't really know, her view on love was much more jovial. Like I said, I believed I would meet the one, love at first sight. They would feel exactly what I felt for them, and my love for them would be enough for them to be the prince, if you get what I'm saying. Like, I thought my affinity towards someone was enough for them to be the prince. And that was all that was needed for us to be living happily ever after. The only prerequisite was my love for them. And as you can guess, that opened up a lot of holes that I needed to figure out. Because when you go into relationships with that belief that the only prerequisite necessary is your love for this person, your liking for this person, then that person literally does not have to show up. So, as you can guess, I was I went through a lot of relationships where I showed up 100% and the partner was never capable of meeting me there, and they weren't capable of meeting me there because they weren't my divine union. But of course, jovial version of me, I didn't want to see that. I couldn't see it. At rose-colored glasses, if anything was going awry, I thought my love could fix it. And instead of walking away when I had more than enough reason to, I would stick my feet in the sand. I think that's the saying, and say, "This is the one I picked. It's gonna work. We're gonna live happily ever after." When really, I was getting so many beautiful, gracious signs of something better out there for me, of the promise of a love that feels true out there for me. But for some reason, I just could not see it. I allowed myself to go through not I allowed myself to go through treatment that was not love simply because I chose this person and I thought they were the one and I was showing up. So eventually they're going to show up. My love can fix them, and truly that's not it. It's not. It was when someone can't show up for you the way you show up for them, especially early on in the relationship. I would give my all. Like, if I love somebody and they were the one, I'm there for you. I'm girlfriend. I didn't realize people had to earn girlfriend. And it took me a while to learn that. I'm just now really getting to the space where I'm fully stepping into that belief, with a well-rounded knowledge, a well-rounded brain behind it. about to turn 23, they aren't lying when they say your brain develops when you hit like the 20s, and I'm just the early 20s. But I would pour it all quite early. I'd show up 100% when they weren't showing up 100%. All I needed was, as sad as it sounds, all I needed was the confirmation of, you're my boyfriend, I'm your girlfriend, okay, I'm wife. And it's like, it sounds so funny to say it now, but like in a perfect world, it would work. And I don't want to say this world's not perfect though, but like I will, when the divine union appears in my life, it could work like that beautifully. It could work like, here it goes. If both the people in the relationship are showing up genuinely for each other like that, yes, it can work beautifully. But when one person shows up 100% and the other person is definitely a placeholder, whether you know it or not, that's when it doesn't thrive, and that's when it gets sad when you don't see it. When you don't see that this person is not the true love. You feel it. That's the funniest part, is you feel it and you know it in your bones that like, this isn't love. Like, this is toxic. This is not love. But for some reason you can feel it, but you don't allow yourself to see it yet, to see it as what it truly is. You feel the off feelings and you try to bury it by throwing out more love, by blaming whoever tells you that it's not love and not opening your eyes to the situation and walking away. And yeah, because love is a beautiful thing. And I think it's funny because when you're in it, in the toxicity, you're swimming in it, you don't see it as toxic. You don't see it as, what's the word? What's the word? There's a word that really helps me to get out of these relationships. I'm trying to think about it. Like, it's not disgusted, is it? It'll come to me, but it's basically like when you're mistreated, instead of like getting sad about it, like you should like be like that literally makes me sick. Like, get disgusted by it. Like, be like, cheating is disgusting. Not showing disrespect that you deserve is disgusting. Like, what is it? It'll come to me. It'll come to me. Anyways, but yeah, I would give 110% because of how bad I wanted this fairy tale, that the only prerequisite I needed to not be alone in my life and to have a partner by my side was for me to choose them. If I chose you, you were the one for me. And the saddest part for that is that that person truly didn't even have to choose me. They didn't have to prove to me that they loved me. They didn't have to prove to me that they were the one. All they needed was to know that I loved them, and then they had full reign to do whatever they wanted with it. And I allowed for that. And it took time and many relationships of being disappointed, but truly it was being blessed with the opportunity for true love. Every time a relationship like that ended, I was blessed for it to end, because the divine did not allow me to settle for what I did not deserve. And I am truly blessed for those relationships not to work out, because back then, I don't know if I would have walked away. I would like to think that I would have, as like who I am now. But back then, like I said, I chose the people and I loved hard. And the only way out that I could really see was if they had left me. Even through all the heinous things I went through, I wouldn't leave a person because I didn't think that that was love. And it's funny because now, like who I am now, I know that leaving is one of the most beautiful forms of love when necessary. Because why should I settle for something that does not feel true to me? And why should I allow you to love me if I know that this is not meant for me. It's like it's harmful in both ways. And I truly was blessed by the divine, because I was blessed with the mercy from settling. Like I'm truly blessed beyond measure. I look back and sometimes I can't even figure out, like, how did I get out of there? How did I get here? How did I get to value myself and truly loving myself? And all I can think of is the divine, the beautiful miracles and wonders that have led me to this space today and have opened up my ability to love myself, to go through all of the sad relationships, all of the weirdness I've been through and end up here is a beautiful blessing. And yeah, I think going through all of those relationships, I needed to see that, I needed to know, and I needed to learn that I deserve a relationship that shows up for me the way I show up for them. Because as deeply as I love, I deserve to be loved as deeply. I don't deserve surface level. I deserve a love as deep as me. I deserve beautiful acts of love. I deserve someone to, I point something out and they remember it and bring it up like a year later and they still remember it. They latch onto every word I say as I do for them. And we truly meet each other with kindness and maturity and childlike joy at the same time. And yeah, so I can say now that I'm forever grateful for the relationships of past, however toxic they were, because I needed to go through that to see my self-worth and where it was and where I would like it to be. I needed to see that I was deserving of love on my own. I needed to see what? I needed to see the love I allowed myself to receive versus the love that I'd always dreamed of. And I needed to be honest and authentic with myself and say, I want the beautiful fairy tale. And I'm not going to force it. I'm not going to force it on people where it does not belong. I'm going to let it flow. Love is meant to flow. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is beautiful. Love is not simple attraction. It's something way more deep than that. In love, you feel loved. As simple as it sounds, in love, you feel loved. And of course, when you see somebody in a toxic relationship, that's all you want them to know, but you truly, sometimes it takes them to learn it. I had to learn it. I had to go through toxicity to be able to know what love doesn't feel like. And back then I thought it was love, but eventually you learn it's this twisted thing that we just call love to make ourselves more comfortable in the moment, because we don't wish to be alone or wish to be without this person, because we truly have either trauma bonded with them or we just don't want to be alone. We're not ready to face ourselves. We're not ready to face the pain we have put ourselves through. And really, it's not as big and scary as you think it is. Only beauty can come from facing yourself. Only authenticity, only growth, only all the beautiful things in the world. And of course, when you look back at it, it may feel as if it's breaking your heart. I felt that even today. Like before I started this podcast, I was thinking about, so I knew I wanted to talk about love and relationships and being lonely and just the whole array. And literally just today I realized that, like I said in the past, like the only prerequisite to be in a union with me was for me to love you. Like I didn't ask for much. And the thing is, you shouldn't have to ask for much. love in its truest form will be beautiful, but I would come with the truest form of love, and I didn't, and I wasn't met with it, but it was enough for me to not be lonely in the moment. It was enough to feel momentary warmth. And it's it's beautiful. It's a gift to look back at that though and know that I don't agree with it now, you know? Like it's to look back at a younger version of yourself and see the naiveness. That's the word we were looking for earlier. The naiveness. I don't know. I was looking for that word earlier, but I forgot. It's very naive in love. Like that's what I was trying to say earlier. I was very naive, and I believed my authenticity, my love for somebody, it would be mirrored in them. And I believe that it will be mirrored in my divine union. But like I said, when somebody wasn't the one, I believed it was also mirrored in them. And that was where the unhealthiness stemmed from. But yeah, I know I just lost a thought, but that's okay. Anyways, so now to be 22, to be single this past year, I think, coming up on a year of being single and figuring out like what that truly looks like to not be male centered, to be Brittany centered, how to do it in a healthy way. It's been quite beautiful. I just found the thought we lost. Because looking back at where I used to be and where I am now, it's a beautiful thing to be able to state something I don't agree with, something I would not repeat, while also forgiving myself for the pain I went through because I didn't know then what I knew now. And I'm grateful for my authenticity. And I'm grateful for the places where I may have went wrong because they've taught me where I would like to go right and where I would like to do better. So now being single for a year, it's been like a little like it's been like a roller coaster, I'll say, in the most beautiful way. Because it's like I can't imagine how like it's funny because like when you're in that male-centered version of yourself and you're like crushing on somebody and the man is the center of the whole world, you have nothing, like your brain's always wanting to talk about a man, 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 man. In that like state, like it's hard to imagine being okay with talking to nobody. However, I'm at a space where I am okay with it. And I got too okay with it. It's like it's addicting in a way, being alone and being okay with being alone and centering yourself and figuring out how to love yourself when it has nothing to do with a man, figuring out waking up and calling yourself beautiful, pampering yourself, loving yourself, going on dates with yourself, showing up for yourself, allowing yourself true love instead of accepting and settling for the fake stuff. And it's like I became so deep in this self-love, self-growth journey and focusing on being alone, not settling, da 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 da, that I think like I got a little too into it at some point, as in I didn't really allow myself to like wish for a partner because like it was like I said, it was a roller coaster. I was still trying to figure out like what Brittany is single. And I think I've just now like gotten to the point where like I have an understanding of who I am single and how I would like to be. But like I said, we're always changing. But I will say I got to a point of I wasn't thinking about a partner. I was just thinking about being single. Anytime I would think about a partner, I would push it out of my head and say, I'm happy, I'm good, I'm da 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 da. And I wouldn't allow myself the feeling of being alone because I got so good at the feeling of feeling lonely because I got so good at being alone and so happy with being alone and so grateful for the present moment that I kind of thought that I kind of forgot that it wasn't really the end goal for me, if you get what I'm saying. Like I kind of started thinking of it as let's just think about the now, the present moment, da 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 da, that I kind of ignored that this is not the end goal. The end goal for me is not to be alone forever. I would love to have a beautiful partner, a beautiful divine union. And in that, some days I may feel lonely, and that's okay. Loneliness is a beautiful feeling because it's a promise of the day that it's a promise of my divine union in a way. To feel lonely is a reminder of my partner who's to come. And that's how like I want to see it. I don't want to deny loneliness because it's a beautiful emotion. I feel lonely because I know that I will meet this beautiful physical manifestation of my own love for myself, the love for the universe, and a divine partner. I will be loved beautifully from another, and he'll be a beautiful husband, and we'll have beautiful kids, and have a beautiful wedding, and da 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 da. And I don't have to throw all that in the gutter for what's the word? For girl power. That's kind of like what it was. I was like, no, I'm single, I'm good, I'm da 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 da. But it's okay to feel lonely. And the funniest thing is, you can do so much like work on your own, but you really don't know how far you've come until it's like in practice. Because I had like just alone for a while, not entertaining anybody, like talking to nobody. And then I started going on my solo dates more frequently. And that's when I met somebody. And we had a beautiful night of conversations. Like we talked, I think, probably 6 hours, and like nothing physical came of it. But it was just the conversation was beautiful. And I think a piece of me knew, like, as soon as the conversation ended, I would probably not be seeing this person again because they weren't. You just know in your soul, like, whether or not, you just know in your soul whether or not it's going to work with somebody. And I was not going to allow myself to settle. They were a beautiful person, but they weren't in a space to truly pursue a partner. And I don't want to waste my time when I want something true. But the conversation, I think I allowed it to go all night because subconsciously I knew once the conversation was over, I probably would not see this person again. And if I did, it would definitely just be on a friend basis. There would be no flirting or anything like hopeless romantic about it. Because a piece of me that I wasn't watering enough was the piece that wanted a partner. And like she was starved, and then that night she was getting fed. And after I went home, and it was cute, like the over the next couple of days I just felt this feeling in like my subconscious of just like lonely. Because it was a beautiful conversation. You forget how truly, like, what's the word? How truly fun but fulfilling it is to have conversation and allow that sensual side of you to talk and flirt and imagine and get to know somebody new and allow your imagination to run and be surprised by the present moment and possibly build something beautiful, start a conversation, start a relationship. And I hadn't put it into practice, all the work I've done. So I had a beautiful gift from the divine of a beautiful man, I will say. Like, he reminded me of one of my favorite princes, to like have a romantic night. And even though I knew he wasn't the one, over the next couple of days, I was like, what's the word? Like the dopamine of talking to somebody and the feeling of, so this is a little bit of like what it's gonna feel like with my divine union, but even better. And like you get that feeling that like the feeling that causes people to settle arises of like, I don't have to be lonely. I met somebody and we're kind of interested in each other. Well, there's things about him though that da 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 da. But he's interesting and I don't have to be alone and we can hang out and da 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 da. Because girl, you're kind of lonely, girl. You're kind of lonely, and I'm not drowning in loneliness because I can feel lonely but not be it. My whole being is not lonely, but that feeling of lonely is there because, of course, I would love a partner. We would all love a divine union. But in that, you have to also deny to settle just because you are lonely. Lonely emotions come and go. When the feeling of loneliness arose, I allowed myself to talk about it with my best friends, with my family. And as soon as I spoke it, I was released from the shackles of loneliness. I didn't have that feeling of, let's go find somebody. And I reminded myself, like, everything happens for a reason. I may be lonely for a moment, but there's a reason for it. It's because, of course, I would like a partner, but I'm not going to settle. I'm going to see this loneliness as the promise of beautiful divine union in my future that's going to allow me to forget ever feeling this feeling. It's like what is it? I'm gonna say something funny. It's not gonna make sense, but it's like, what is it? It's like those clickers you get for dogs, and like you click it every time you feed them. Like you click it and then you feed them. It's like when you feel lonely, it's the click. And when the dogs hear the click, they automatically are like, they're like, where's the food? Like they come run into the plate and like their mouths are like saliva in or whatever. And the plate's not down yet. So when I feel lonely, it's like the click because the food's coming. The answer to the loneliness is coming. But if the dog's waiting for food and somebody put their shoe on the plate, you're not going to eat the shoe just because you're waiting for food. You're going to wait for the food. I'm not going to eat trash rather than waiting for the promise of the beautiful meal. You get what I'm saying? And it's like that. It's like allowing yourself to be single, allowing yourself to date in the way that the word was meant to be used, and not date in the middle school version of dating where you choose somebody and instantly boyfriend, girlfriend. Allow yourself to meet a person, have a cute chat. If it's a good chat, if there's a fire there, and if there's a beautiful foundation, if they meet your standards, then maybe go on a date, and maybe go on however many dates you want to go on while you're still interested. And then until you're not anymore, or until a union arises. You don't have to meet somebody and instantly they be the one. You can have a conversation, enjoy the conversation, and then after that conversation, if nothing comes from it, it's not meant to come from it. And if something and you want something to come from it, then maybe something is meant to come from it if it's mutual, you know? You don't have to throw yourself and attach yourself to the first person you meet. And that was beautiful for me to learn. And I'll say my night out as a single woman, they teach me that, and it's okay to enjoy the moment with a person, have beautiful conversation, and it's okay if you go home and you feel a slight feeling of loneliness of like, I come home to a place that is not shared yet, but one day I will, and one day I'll meet the promised one, and until then, I'm not gonna settle and push back the promised one further. I don't wanna take steps back. I don't wanna accept less love than the love I deserve. I don't wanna entertain someone who's not meant to be entertained just because I'm lonely or I'm sad or I'm trying to erase a feeling within me because it's quite easy to drown in enamoration for somebody, but sometimes the best thing to do is to just be authentic with yourself. Be real. If it's love, it's love. If it's not, it's not. If you're interested, you're interested, and if you're not, you're not. And that's how I do my singleness and my when I'm met with loneliness. And yeah, I'm I'm excited to meet the love of my life one day. And it's not even like I don't even want to speak about it like it's far away because I know it's not. Like in a world, in the present moment, I have met the love of my life. Like I'm trying to like say it in a cool, like in a way that like, because time is relative. So a time exists right now where my love of my life is standing right beside me, where I know his name, where we're married, where we have kids. And I believe in that moment. And therefore anytime when I'm met with loneliness, allow myself to feel it and release it, but also allow myself to know that my divine union is promised. I have it. It's not something separate from me. And therefore, why would I want to settle for something that is less than what I deserve when I know the divine union is promised? Like if I had a lack in faith of my divine union, I think that's when in the past I would settle, is because that faith in a divine union wasn't there. I didn't put my relationship with the divine at the forefront. I put my relationship with the man at the forefront, when rather when you trust in the divine in your life, the God in your life, and you put God on the pedestal, you know true love is promised. And you know God is always on time and never too late. The divine is always on time and never too late. So therefore, there's absolutely zero point in settling. Like the way I see it, a man can do nothing for me that I cannot do for myself other than be a physical representation of the love I have for myself. Like I don't have to settle for pleasure. I can do that myself. I don't have to settle to have a giggle. I can make myself laugh. I don't have to settle to go out on a date. I can take myself out on a date. Like I don't have to settle for anything in this world because I can do it all with myself and the divine. And the only thing I truly will accept is the divine union, because that's truly the only thing that is worthy of being accepted. And it sounds so simple, but for some reason in the past, you just don't know it. And it's just because you don't know then what you know now. And it's just so simply beautiful, because toxicity is not it. Settling is not it. Everything you could ever wish you would want and more, it's there. If they wanted to, they would. And if you voice and I'm not saying like somebody disappoints you in a relationship or they do something you're uncomfortable with, leave immediately. If you get the feeling to, possibly, but I would say more voice it to the person. And then if they do it again, disrespect your wishes, disrespect your feelings, I would say then leave. Because I think I haven't met my divine union yet, but I believe it's gonna feel something beautiful. It's gonna feel like a beautiful kiss from the divine. It's going to feel patient. It's going to feel kind. It's going to be respectful. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be thoughtful. And I think we all just would love a partner who you tell them your wishes and they respect it and they listen. And if they don't understand it, then they have a conversation about it. They don't make you feel insecure for stating your wishes. I guess this last bit of the podcast, we can just manifest our divine partners together. Like I just could see so many beautiful things. And the funny thing is whatever I can see, it's going to be 10 times better. It's going to be 1,000 times better because it's made by the divine. And it's just knowing and trusting that, and knowing and trusting and not allowing yourself to settle for what's less. Because every time you settle for less, you're telling yourself that you deserve less, that you don't believe in the more. Because you can have it all. You can have the fairy tale. And in the past, the only reason I did not have the fairy tales because I was settling for less. I would feel something that definitely was not the promise, and I would settle for it, and I would take less than what I thought I deserved because that's what I thought I deserved. You only accept what you think you deserve. So I will not accept less than what I think I deserve, and not even in a egotypical way, but in like a simple, true soul nature way. You know what you deserve in your soul. You know what love feels like. You know what you could ever wish to have. And it's okay if it changes. It's okay if that changes, but it's also, I don't think it's okay to settle in it, but I think it's okay for your beliefs to be dynamic, to get deeper, to get grander, to get more intimate with what you believe, what you want, and what you don't want. And that's the beautiful thing about like getting out and taking myself on solo dates and meeting beautiful people is I get to figure out what I like and what I don't like. Every experience is teaching me what I would lean towards and what I would lean away from. Like a magnet, what attracts me and what repels me. And that's so like, it's so fun and it's so beautiful. And it's because every moment I get closer to my husband. Like every moment. Like think of it that way. Like every moment, every breath, you're getting closer to your wife. You're getting closer to your husband. And not even that, you're getting closer and deeper with yourself. So imagine what that can lead to. Imagine the beauty in life when you truly understand you and you know your wishes and every and every action you take is in aligned with your being. Imagine the beautiful doors that that opens. They say authenticity is the highest form of consciousness. So imagine what living in the highest form of consciousness can create in your life. Like it can create beautiful things because it's not, I know, I just keep saying it, but it's just not settling. Refuse to settle. Refuse it. Don't don't be a placeholder in someone's life and don't allow someone to be a placeholder in your life. Like it's cruel. And you don't know in the past what you know now. Forgive yourself for what you've done in the past. Apologize where you need to apologize, but when you allow someone to be a placeholder in your life, you're refusing them the beauty of a divine connection as well. Because when someone is pouring into you all of this beautiful beauty, but you don't have the eyes and the capability to see and accept and mirror that true beauty back to them, that's a beautiful opportunity for you to release them and allow them to get closer to their divine one. Don't be selfish and hold on to somebody just so nobody else can have them. And that possessive nature, it's like as a child, not as a child, but as a jovial being, I had that vibe as well. Like when it was my first love, I was like, well, I don't want anybody else to have him. He's mine. But really, I do want somebody else to be with him. Like I do want somebody else to be with all of the exes of my past. I want somebody to be with them. I want them to be loved. I want to be loved. When you see the world through a lens of love, it's almost impossible to be truly disappointed because you know love is always promised. When you're open to it, love is always promised. Beauty is all around and within you. Love is all around and within you. Only good can manifest. Only love exists. So what's the point in denying love to another person? What's the point in denying love to yourself? You deserve love. And the best way to get it is to deny yourself from settling for anything less than. Because when you settle for less, then you're taking up space in your life for less than love. So when the love walks in, you're gonna be like, "Ooh, let me move this around. Oh, let me move this around." And really, the boxes shouldn't even be there. Yeah. I don't know. I'm gonna watch this back. I hope I've like made sense. I feel like I've been hopping around the town with my wording, and that's okay. I watched Pretty Woman for the first time yesterday. That's what I haven't talked about. Okay, here we go. Like being single, still allowing yourself to romanticize the partner, like I said. Like I wasn't allowing myself to feel that feeling of loneliness because there's the other side of polarity is a beautiful thing. Like you can be lonely or you can see it as being hopeful for love. Like rather than calling it lonely, go to the other side and build it up and be hopeful for love. So I was watching Pretty Woman. When I tell you I was giggling the whole time and kicking my feet, like it was just so cute to see love and to think about my own love in the future and just to be hopeful. Like I'm not lonely for love. I'm hopeful for love and I know it's coming and it's beautiful to watch a Disney princess movie and imagine my prince and know that I'm a princess and know of the promise of love and to watch Pretty Woman and see people fall in love and be enamored and excited for my true love story that's always playing out. Like literally this podcast right now is in my love story of my life. It's in my love story of my divine union and I don't know now what I'm going to know then and that's a beautiful thing. It's beautiful to know that everything is always working out with your in you. Whoa. Everything is always working out in your favor. Like everything always. It's okay to embrace your singlehood, but it's okay also in that to feel lonely and hopeful for love. Because I know in the past I made a video, it was, I'm not lonely, I'm alone. When the truth is, I can be lonely and I can be alone sometimes, and that's okay. And I can be fully happy and not feel lonely at all at other times, and that's okay too. The most beautiful thing you can do for yourself is allow yourself to feel those feelings and to release and to know that it's okay to be alone. It's okay to feel lonely sometimes, but you just have to know that you are enough. You are enough, and that's something I didn't know in the past. I didn't know if I was enough, and that's could also be at the root of a lot of the things we talked about today on where things may have went awry, but really they went right because they brought me to this moment right now. But you have to know that you are enough. You are beautiful. You are handsome for my men. And as long as you truly show up for yourself in an authentic manner, when you feel something off, you get to the root of it, you allow love to flow freely in your being and in your life. You're where you're meant to be. In your divine union, your divine partner, they'll see you as the love that you are. They'll see you as the beautiful being you are. And they will literally be created to appreciate your beauty. You won't have to worry about being seen. When I'm met with any form of hate or somebody who truly can't appreciate me, like I say, it's a blessing because then I know you don't belong in my life. I know you're not the divine union. Thank you for that blessing. Thank you for not making it confusing, making it even less hard, making it so much more easy to allocate where my energy goes, to allocate where the conversation goes, to allocate if it's worthy of conversation, you know? You're everything that somebody could ever wish for and more. You are everything. You're beautiful. You're the shiniest object in the universe. You're perfect. You are love. And I hope in this pajama chat I made beautiful sense. I pray I did. I'm about to sleep like a baby. Maybe dream about my divine union. Another beautiful thing I like to do if I'm ever like feeling loneliness or the thought of a partner enters my mind is I like to send out a beautiful like wish to my divine union, like, God bless you wherever you are. I love you because I know I do. I know there's a version of me existing right now that is in a beautiful relationship with them, and I truly believe in soulmates. I do. I believe we're connected. I believe everyone on this earth is truly connected. So I believe I can send a beautiful blessing to my future divine partner, and I believe that they can feel it. Maybe they won't know what it was. Maybe they do know what it was, or maybe it just makes them smile out of nowhere. Maybe they're just filled with a warmth in their chest, and it makes their day go a little more sweeter. So if there's anything else about relationships, love, singlehood, feeling lonely you'd like me to address in the future, please let me know. But yeah, in the future, I wanted to have a full episode dedicated to sensuality because I could have gotten into it in this episode, but I think I'd rather wait and truly like hit that topic on the head and have like a full hour to chat about it. But yeah, I love I love I'm sorry, y'all. I got the giggles. My tummy just growled. Um, I love you. I appreciate you. I appreciate your love, your kindness, and your presence right now watching this video. I shall see you in the next one. This was Bliss of Britt, the podcast. Beauty is all around and within you. Love is all around and within you. I love you. Later.